It's acres and move makers. It's acres and move makers. I deal with land flippers, acres and move makers, room shakers, big boys with huge paper, the newspapers. You can run but can't escape us. We winning with these flash green when they act racist. Success is so contagious. Let's go. It's acres and move makers. Welcome to Acres and Move Makers. My name is Ray.
My name is Jay.
And we are
the Acre Boys.
Today we want to talk to you about what's happening in today's current markets.
If you've been paying attention to anything right now, right, and this has to do with land, houses, this is just a whole generic conversation, right? Here's what you need to understand. Houses are followed by the land. Everybody is familiar with what's going on right now with the market. Interest rates are through the roof. Houses are through the roof, whatever the case may be. And the major purpose of us having this conversation with everybody out there today, it's almost like a PSA, right? A PSA from the standpoint of what are you going to do to make sure you and your family are not affected by everything going through the roof. If you're looking at food, cars, everything is through the roof right now, right? So what we all need to do is put ourselves in positions and industries that allow us to make more money. Nothing is getting cheaper anymore. Everything is going higher and higher. So what that means for us is this is why being diligent inside of what we do is really it's one of those factors that we also put in, because here's what you want to know about all of this stuff, right? Everybody needs to know how not to be affected by what's coming, because it's coming whether we actually want it or not. I was just reading an article not too long ago, and the article was stating how many things that are going to be unavailable to the middle class going forward, right? And some of those things are scary. When they started talking about housing, right, and they started talking about vacations, they said due to the data that they were studying, they're going to be 70% less vacations being took, because now that money that was previously used for people to actually go on vacation and enjoy themselves will now have to be delegated over to house expenses, right? Just think about that, because here's the thing, right? We are coming into a point in a position where some people would argue and say that the middle class is already extinct. Some people would argue and say that. I'm sitting here and telling you right now that you want to put yourself in a position where you're earning more money. That is the way for you not to be affected. And even going further past that point, right? Here's what we need to understand. What are we actually giving out to the people that are actually coming behind us, right? We need to put these people and our family and the children that are coming behind us, you got to put them in different positions where they're able to earn, right? One thing that I learned before about all of this, right, is what industries create the most money, because you have to start looking at this. Some people just go into industries with their heart and say, you know what, that's what I love to do, whatever the case may be. I wouldn't recommend that myself, and I'll tell you why. Because what does it pay? Is whatever industry that you're getting in, whether that be job or business, is it going to allow you to sustain yourself? And I would reverse engineer from there, because you can go into something like, no offense for anybody, like let's say social work, whatever the case may be. That might be your love. That might be your passion. But most times social workers don't typically make a lot of money. So do you want to go into something where you're actually struggling to make the bills or whatever the case may be? Go into an industry that's actually going to pay you, right? And you can do this research online. All the tools are readily available in order for you to do this research, whether that be job or business. But you need to know what direction that you actually want to go in order for you not to be affected by these prices that are going through the roof every day.
All right. See, my take and my spill on it is, if you like what you do, I love it. I don't, some people, money may not be everything to some people. So this excludes you. If you love your job and it may not pay the best, but you love it, I'm perfectly fine with that, right? But if you're living under a rock these days, just take a look at what's going on across the country. The housing market is going nuts and through the roof. Rates are through the roof. And in a nutshell, what Jay was trying to say was, you have to find other ways to supplement your income or something that could potentially replace your income. In the area that we live in, we're in Long Island. On typically where we come from in Long Island, this was considered to be some of the bottom of the barrel neighborhoods. And now the bottom of the barrel neighborhoods where we stay at are starting to move into the upper close to $1 million for homes in the bottom of the barrel, which makes me say, well, even where we stay at, for those bottom of the barrel neighborhoods, what's considered the bottom of the barrel now? If the bottom of the barrel is moving to $800,000 prices, and that's just not affecting us here in New York. Every place has moved up. Every place has moved up. The price of the housing market has moved up. As it relates to land, if the housing market goes up, the value of the land market goes up. So that's a plus for us because now, land has changed from 2 years ago to 2 years later. So we send offers out. So if we sent the offer out for one price 2 years ago, if somebody calls back 2 years later and said, I'm ready to entertain that, the market has changed. It's up higher for us. That's a great thing for us. If you don't have an asset class that's going to put you in that position to be able to capitalize on that, you better start questioning what are you going to do about these things. I mean, you can hear it and act like you didn't hear it. Just a fact. You can hear what's happening and act like you didn't hear it. Don't let this creep up on you and you don't have a solution for it. That's all that we're saying. Find a solution, get in front of what's going on because it's happening across the country. Just actual fact. And that's all we really want to do. Tap into this video and just say, find an asset class. Find an asset class that's working because it's happening regardless of whether you like it or not. Everything is high. Prices of food is high. Price of living is high. Rates for mortgages is high. Rates to buy a car is high. Everything is high right now. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stand back and just, keep getting punched in the face and getting beat up? Or are you going to fight back by finding a way to put more food on the table? And definitely you can do it. As Jay stated, it's 2024. There's so many avenues for you to explore.
For sure.
If you even if you found the way just to save an extra $10, $20 a day, in 1 year, that's an extra $7,000 for the year. If you just do $20 a day, and you can do that. If you do $10 a day, that's an extra $3,500 a day. And just throwing some ideas out there. That's like basic, very general things that the average person can do. You can do that. If you're not saving any money, then shame on you. Let's just put it out there. If you're not saving any money, then just shame on you. Then maybe you're just willing to sit back and let things happen and be a part of the conversation. We're the type that we have the attitude that we're not willing to just take it. We're willing to do something about it.
Right.
So,
and yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna just say, just be real with y'all. You better find a way to make some money. I'm of the point where, here's the crazy part about all this. Like, you can pretend that it doesn't matter all you want, right? Until something comes up, because here's the truth of the matter. We all live in America, right? In America, the quality of your life is going to be determined by how much money you make, no matter whether you believe it or not. That's just what it is, right? And if you're on the lower side of that totem pole, your quality of healthcare, your quality of the vacations that you take with your family, everything is going to be affected by your lack of. That's just what it is. So you can choose to stay on one side, or you can choose to actually come up and do things to where your family is not hurting if something ever comes up. Because they said the average person during the year of income that they have left after they pay, bills are paid, are an average of about $4,000 to $5,000. So what happens if an emergency comes up? What happens if your car breaks down? What happens if any of the things this means that all the excess money that you had allocated for that year is eaten up inside of that. In my opinion, y'all, in my humble opinion, there is no way to get around making more money.
That'd be an excellent saver.
For sure. That is a fact.
So if this video resonates with anybody,
I'm
sure that
it does.
Probably will.
It's a fact.
Definitely like, comment, share.
Subscribe, all
Let
that.
us know your thoughts on this. This is a loaded topic. It's very subjective. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on this. So
Thanks.
definitely drop them in the comments. You won't offend us with how you feel.
For sure.
It's just a conversation.
And
So definitely chime in on this one.
And just our opinions, you know what I mean? You can drop what y'all think in the comments below.
All right, till the next time. Invest in dirt.
It's the cleanest way to make money. Peace, y'all.